Welcome back everyone, Mariah here. In today's video, we're going to be going over the price of Bitcoin and whether or not I have entered a position. So many of you know I sold off my Bitcoin a few months ago because I believe there was going to be a better buying opportunity coming in. So we're going to be going over just that today. But I want to start off with the story around Core Scientific. So you can see that their stock is down nearly 80% on the day. And why is that? Well, Core Scientific has basically stated that they are not going to make their payments on their debts next month. So what does that mean? It's basically a waiting game to see whether or not they're going to have the opportunity to restructure the business and what that's going to look like moving forward. If you look at the majority of mining companies, they are down, 90+% since the height of Bitcoin. So a lot of hits, and it's crazy because I just put Core Scientific on my watch list a few days ago, and I mean, look at this daily candle. Okay, it's down to 21 cents. When I first started looking at this stock a few days ago, it was in the 90s, and so I don't know whether or not it's a good time to get in, but this could be potentially the beginning of the next massive pullback we see in the cryptocurrency space when it comes to a lot of failing mining companies. So the question is the bottom of Bitcoin in? Is it time to buy Bitcoin? Well, before I move forward, I'm going to quickly go over iTrust Capital. iTrust Capital is a Bitcoin IRA. You can also buy other crypto assets within an IRA. So this is what's really cool. So basically, you can take money, you can take your income that's already been taxed, and you could buy Bitcoin now at these amazing prices in the $20,000 range. And when you're 59 and a half, you can actually withdraw Bitcoin. Let's say Bitcoin has gone up to $1 million. You can withdraw that tax-free. And the second huge advantage is you can actually trade within your iTrust Capital account. It is a non-taxable event, so you're not paying any taxes on your trades, and you're only being charged 1%. So an iTrust Capital account is actually free. And if you want to get $100 free in Bitcoin, I have a link down below for you to get started today. So let's go and take a look here at Bitcoin. I mean, before we move on to Bitcoin, Core Scientific is literally like, a few minutes ago, it was at 23 cents. Now it is at 20 cents. So it is just dropping like an absolute rock. Okay, let's go and check out the price of Bitcoin. So let's zoom all the way out to the 7-day chart, which is going to be a huge tell sign for me to get back in on Bitcoin. So as we can see here, I think it's going to be massive if this green crosses over the red. These blue arrows are basically CPI dates of when that information comes out. So we can obviously see that the green moving average is approaching the red. We're still pretty far away, and a lot would need to happen for this to change my opinion. So I was expecting 21,000 to be a very important price on the Bitcoin chart. And as we've seen, Bitcoin had a nice run, but it saw rejection at $21,000. This right here is a daily chart. The yellow is the 100 DMA. So you can see there. So the red is a 50, the yellow is 100, and the green is a 200. And as you can see, Bitcoin saw resistance. It wicked above the 100 DMA, but yesterday it failed to close above it at that $21,000 range. So I currently have an alert on my phone for it to go off when Bitcoin goes above $21,000 because I still think that's a pretty important price point for Bitcoin. I think if Bitcoin can get above 21,000, then it's probably headed to the next 200 DMA range, which currently is sitting at just under $25,000. But a lot would still have to happen. So yesterday, I saw Bitcoin's price movement, and I'm like, okay, it's coming sooner than expected, but this might be the time that I actually get back into Bitcoin. Like the bottom might be in, or if it's not in, Bitcoin's going to see a nice move to the upside that could be a good opportunity to enter. But I did not like Bitcoin's price action in the $21,000 range, so I'm just sitting back and being patient. I am not chasing Bitcoin. This right here is a 12-hour chart, which looks like it's going to cool off a bit. Obviously, you saw it wick above the 100 DMA on that green 9, and it's pulled back a little bit. So I would expect maybe 24 more hours of pullback, and then to kind of reassess Bitcoin there. So let's see here. So the charts are just kind of cooling off a little bit from the big run that Bitcoin had yesterday. This is a 4-hour chart here. It has a long ways to go to break the previous low, to consider it a lower low. We're pretty far away from that actually. So the 4-hour chart looking decent actually. Might cool off a little bit and then potentially make a higher high. But we're still seeing massive correlation between Bitcoin and the stock market, so we really must take that into consideration. The 1-hour chart though is trending downwards, so I would say the 1-hour chart is really important to see that momentum change. But currently the hourly chart is trending downwards, and same thing here with the 30-minute chart. And let's take a look here at the 10-minute chart. 10-minute chart actually has made a higher high, so we're seeing a little bit of a potential momentum shift on the 10-minute. Let's take a look at the 5-minute here. The 5-minute has made a higher high. So let's actually take a look, since we saw a momentum shift on the 5-minute and the 10-minute, let's take a look here at the 15-minute, which has also made a higher high. So that could be a little bit of a sign that Bitcoin will continue moving forward. So let's see. It's currently 3:20 East Coast time, so we still have a little bit of time left during trading hours. Let's go ahead and take a look here at SPY. Let's look at the hourly chart here, trending downwards. As you can see here, this is yesterday's candle at 11:30 when it started pulling back here a bit. Let's take a look here at the 15-minute chart on SPY, which is trending downwards. I know I'm kind of bouncing all over the place here, but can we, let's go ahead and look at the daily chart, which looks like it's going to be cooling off a little bit. We might be seeing a pullback here. So making a higher high though on the daily chart. So Bitcoin will probably follow in that direction. So I'm being patient. I am not entering a Bitcoin position. I have my alert set at 21,000 to reevaluate if Bitcoin does get above that price point again. So that's all I have for you today. As always, don't forget iTrust Capital. I have the link down below if you want to get started with them today. That's all that I have for you. As always, go out there and create a portfolio that you love.